In the year 2017, Nintendo released their most successful console, Nintendo Switch. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, meatbags. You've all seen the Pro Controller alternatives, but what about the Switch Pro Controller? So here we are. This is it. It costs 90 beavers, 100 kangaroos, 70 tea bags, or 67 bald eagles, according to Amazon. At 399.7 grams, or for you in the United States towards capitalism, it's equal to about 1.1 footballs. Don't quote me on that. It's not the lightest thing. It has a very comfortable weight, and with a controller, material weight is very important behind ergonomics. But for long gaming, you don't want a controller made of solid lead. So it's a wireless Bluetooth controller for the Switch with about an insane 40-hour battery life. But if you play it most nights after work, it can last like a whole month. Of course, I can attest. But if you're playing under the table at work, it can last a lot less. Not me. I'm busy writing video scripts and brainstorming engaging content for your viewing pleasure. Well, it has a few limited editions, which cost extra. But here's the vanilla. It's gray, 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 and more gray. A little bit of black here and there, but mostly gray. But it does have a charging indicator LED over here, and it has player number LEDs right here. As for buttons, it's pretty standard. It has a diamond face button config consisting of the A, B, X, Y. It has a D-pad, also has smaller function buttons, including the home with an LED ring that never comes on, a capture button with 30 seconds if held. It also has a plus and minus button, which are most like a start and select. It has twin analog sticks in an asymmetrical layout, meaning the left is lower than the right, or the left is higher than the right. With button inputs on both, you can click them. It has L and L shoulder buttons, or if you want to call them bumpers, you can. And ZLs that are digital only. Sorry, race and fanatics. I think I prefer non-analog triggers for Doom and other shooter-type games. They're all very... I don't really play racing sims. They're all very comfy buttons, but I think I would prefer to have more tactile ZNR buttons, kind of like, you know? But that's whatever. What is there is very comfy. The sticks are very comfy. The left stick has NFC if you're into amiibos. The stick caps are nice rubber with a linear rib tracks on the outside, unlike the spikes on the Xbox One and 10 controllers. But it does have an inset convex dome right here on the inside, but the ridge here can catch gamer gummy, so I'd take a nail file and use the point to clean out that. The handles are slightly glossy, textured plastic with an inset tiny dots. That's actually nice and provides a good amount of grip. In the way the controller is put together, the grips are almost easy replaceable with a single Phillips 0 or 00 screw. I forgot to look that part up. And it just slides off and it's cool. The rest is a matte, transparent gray plastic, which is essentially frosted. It looks cool, and if you want to take it apart or manage to find it, there's an thanks to all gamers on the PCB under the left thumbstick right here. And it's hard to see from the outside, but it's there. It's there. The USB charging indicator area on the back of the controller part is glossy. It has a peel when it comes. There's USB, there's the sync button, there's the charging indicator. The battery is the same on the Nintendo new 3DS XL, I think. It's in there. And it's visible from the outside. I love the aesthetic, but I'm thinking about getting some clear buttons from Bezos.ca. Like Amazon, whatever. Let me just take a sip. That tastes really amazing. Made myself coffee. The controller is okay in terms of repairability. It's nowhere near as easy as the GameCube controller, which is possibly the best, although that does have some soldered cables on the inside. The Switch Pro is sort of modular, but it's a pain in the butt to get open and together with lots of different screws, but ribbon cables will always be better than soldered wires until the end of time. Even if they are tiny and easy to rip and instantly more repairable than the MacBook Air I'm currently producing this with. This with its soldered SSD RAM, glued in battery, and riveted in keyboard. I even got a replacement like 2 days ago. Anyways, I've been more or less daily using the Nintendo Switch Pro controller for about over a year now, and I got it as a gift from my significant other. I love you, boo. And it's my preferred controller. The gyro is a life changer. It's fantastic for precise aiming. It's a console sniper's dream, because you just go like this, like you can flick it, and you know, it's great. You should recalibrate it over about every week to make sure you're at peak gaming performance, but honestly, you don't have to. It's great. I love its mouse controls, but it's more rewarding feeling when you get headshots with this instead of like a mouse. This isn't a great mouse, it's just like a Ergo mouse that I have. The sound it makes are good too. All buttons have a good level of travel and height. Actuation is at the bottom. Out as its capacitive membrane. But that's okay. Every controller is like that except for Sony maybe, but that's because those are literally rubber dome over membrane and I hate them. These are rubber dome over PCB. So capacitive rubber dome? I'm thinking about keyboard switches like this little... Anyways, tell me what you think in the comments. Check out my controller tier list if you'd like. Comment and subscribe. I want to try to make this into a job or something, so your continued support means a lot to me. I also do have a Patreon. I just made one. You can send support via Patreon if you want, and your names will show up at the end of the next vid. Stay tuned for the next video.